We are currently in week 9 of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and Kyiv says that the second phase of the war has now begun. Russia has launched its much-anticipated offensive with explosions reported all along the eastern front. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky vowed to fight on. Listen in.
Зараз вже можна констатувати, що російські війська розпочали битву за Донбас, до якої давно готувались. Дуже значна частина всієї російської армії зараз концентрована для цього наступу.
Shelling has been reported in multiple areas in the Donetsk region in Marinka, Slavyansk and Kramatorsk. The Donbas region has now become the focal point of Russia's campaign for quite some time. Pro-Russian separatists already control much of Luhansk and Donetsk, an area which is home to much of Ukraine's industrial wealth, including coal and steel. Capturing Donbas would also allow Russia to build a land bridge to Crimea, a region that Russia had earlier annexed in 2014. For more insights, we are now being joined live by Laura Mekin-Aishawood. She joins us now from Riga, Latvia. Laura, thanks so much for joining us. Now, as we've been reporting, Russia's forces have carried out dozens of airstrikes in eastern Ukraine in particular, a crucial region. All this overnight after Ukraine said that Moscow had launched a major offensive in the region. What do you make of this?
Yes, and the Ukrainian president is basically saying that this is the next phase of this conflict, that the majority of Russia's army is now focused on that part of Ukraine, trying to push forward, take control of it, and that eastern swathe of Ukraine. Now, overnight, as you've said, there have been multiple blasts that have been reported, but the Ukrainian General Staff, head of the army, effectively, in the military, has said that Ukrainian forces are holding out. They have managed to not allow Russia to break that line just yet. And they've also said that they've taken out numerous Russian capabilities, including tanks and also other troops as well. Now, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that his troops will vow to continue to hold off on that region, continue to fight. That's not what Russia wants, of course. Russia's saying that it wants to take control of that section of the area because it wants to liberate Donbas, the Ministry of Defense for Russia says, claiming that it needs to clear out so-called Nazis. But of course, Ukraine believes that this invasion was completely unjustified.
Absolutely, Laura. Let's talk about the Donbas region in particular. That's very significant and crucial in this war. It's rich in resources, namely coal and steel, and capturing it would give Russia an edge in this ongoing invasion. We've also heard Kyiv say that the Donbas offensive has only just begun. So what does this mean when we talk about the larger picture, when we talk about this invasion?
Yeah, it has only just begun. It's the first sort of stages in this second offensive being pushed out by Russia. We knew for a while, of course, that tens of thousands of troops were being reassembled in that part of Ukraine. They'd been pulled out of Kyiv because that offensive wasn't working as well, perhaps, as the Russian Ministry of Defense had hoped. So now this offensive, trying to take the east of Ukraine, is effectively creating a land bridge between Crimea and other parts of Russia and Ukraine, of course, splitting the country effectively in half and taking huge volumes of land. Russia, of course, will be looking to get a win here. It will be significant in its successes, a pivotal point in this war for both sides. If Ukraine can hold on and push back Russian troops, then they will be being seen as a strong army, one that is vowing to fight and retain its sovereignty. But Russia is really, really looking to take control there because it will be seen not just by President Vladimir Putin, but probably also by the people in Russia as well. They will be being told that that is a win.
Absolutely. Laura, thanks so much for joining us on WION, and thanks so much for all those inputs. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.